Okay, very exciting day. Okay, so welcome to session 2 of the first TISEP Digital Documents Provider Fair. Our presenters in this session are from Truecopy Credentials in India. Here's Sonia Soman and Anuya Mahajan, and they will give you more information about themselves, so I will turn it over to them.
Hello. Hi, everyone. This is Sonia Soman here.
Hello.
From Truecopy Credentials. I will now begin to share my screen so that we can go over the presentation. I hope you're able to hear me okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session by Truecopy Credentials. I'm Sonia Soman, CEO of Truecopy. And here with me is my colleague, Anuya Mahajan, as well. And we are so excited to be here. Many thanks to TISEP for inviting us to present at this DDP fair. So today, I'm going to talk about who we are, our network of institutions, what we do, the processes that we follow, and finally, the value that Truecopy brings to its stakeholders, namely students and institutions. Along the way, if you have any questions, please put those up in the chat window, and towards the end of the presentation, we will take the questions up. So Truecopy was launched in the year 2014 to enable electronic exchange of verified academic credentials in a secure manner. We are based out of Pune in India, but we work with educational institutions all over India, as well as overseas universities and evaluation agencies. When we started off back then, the traditional and most accepted form of exchange of official documents was via paper copies. This was prone to risk. There could be tampering, forgery, these kind of risks. It was time consuming for the students and pretty expensive as well to procure these paper copies and have them sent to the destination to where they were applying for further education or evaluation and so on. It was a big challenge for students who were educated in universities here in India and were looking to apply overseas, but resided somewhere away from the issuing institution, in which case it was a big challenge for them to go to the university, procure or put in a request for their transcripts and have that delivered and so on. When we started out, we wanted to address and solve these problems for both the student applicants as well as institutions. And that was the genesis of Truecopy. Founders and advisors of Truecopy, they're from reputed, well-known institutions around the world. Moving on to what we do. Like I mentioned, we are a platform for exchange of academic credentials and related documents in a secure manner. So we have a sender network that consists of universities, autonomous colleges, affiliated colleges, students who come to Truecopy directly. I'll talk about that in a bit. Then also we work with immigration consultants who process immigration applications, and supporting documentation involves sending authenticated credentials and so on. So we help them with that as well. And then we also have a large receiver network, which consists of overseas universities, evaluation agencies. We work with 30 plus evaluation agencies around the world, 3,000 plus universities around the world, and so on. Even academic credentials that are verified can be sent to employers as well, who are looking to get verified academic credentials of applicants or candidates. Our network consists of 1,000 plus colleges and universities. Our receiver network consists of 3,000 plus universities and evaluation agencies around the world. Now, these include universities in North America, in Europe. We work with 30 plus evaluation agencies around the world. And it's a growing network. So we are looking to add more receivers. We are looking to bring more sending institutions in our fold. And on an average, we are doing more than 50,000 transactions per year. Now, coming to the main question of how students apply using Truecopy. There are basically two ways in which a student can put in a request to have their credentials sent to the destination university or to an evaluation agency. One is via the TrueSigner credentials solution, and the other way is by applying on www.electronictranscripts.com. So let us first look at how students would apply using TrueSigner credentials. TrueSigner Credentials is a credentials management system that is used by issuing institutions. 400 plus institutions in India use this CMS or the TrueSigner credentials, and they're using our solution to issue academic credentials in a secure way, transcripts, mark sheets, even degree certificates, statement of marks, and such credentials on behalf of their students. Enable students to apply online for their transcripts or official credentials, and also to select the recipient or the destinations where they desire to have those credentials delivered. The solution enables institutions to issue the credentials, and the delivery of these credentials to desired destinations is done in a secure fashion. An acknowledgement post-delivery is sent to the applicants or to the students as well. There are many other features of TrueSigner credentials as well, such as, there's a whole bunch of analytics that the issuing university or college has access to and so on. I won't get into the details of that, but this is certainly a system that a sending institution would benefit by using, as well as their students. I'm going to go through a few screenshots of the application to give the audience an idea for how it works. So there's a URL, which is like an apply for transcript kind of a URL that is available on the issuing university's website. So a student can click on that URL and fill out this application form, which consists of some basic details as their name, their ID, their date of birth, the year of joining, year of passing, institute or department, the course that they were enrolled in, their cell number, email ID, and so on. And they can also upload supporting documentation for the reference of the issuing university. Once they make that application, it comes into the approval portal of the issuing institution or the sending institution. Now, a competent authority at the sending institution would have login credentials to this approval portal. They would log in and they would be able to view all the pending requests of students that have come in for approval of their transcripts. And they can use this portal to approve, or for some reason, if they need to disapprove a request, they can do that as well. Once, let's say, the approver has approved the request for transcript, the official copy of the transcript or mark sheet or the credential is brought into the Truecopy system. There are many ways in which this is done. It could be manually uploaded by the competent authority at the sending institution, or there could be a tight integration between the systems of the MI system of the issuing institution and Truecopy. Now, once the approval is done, the applicant or the student receives an email with the link to select the destination. And they can make a choice of multiple universities or evaluation agencies. Once they make that selection, they'll be routed to a payment gateway where they would fulfill online payment. And once the payment is done, their request is processed and their credentials are delivered securely to the recipients. And an acknowledgement email is received by the applicant. A snapshot is just shown here for reference. The second mode in which an applicant can request their official transcript to be sent is via www.electronictranscripts.com. It serves applicants from outside our sender network. So students come directly to Truecopy with the request that, my official transcript needs to be delivered to destination A, B, C, and so on. They apply on electronictranscripts.com. Truecopy completes the verification of the applicant's credentials directly with the issuing institution. Once that process is completed, student can select recipients and the official copy is securely delivered to desired destination. And again, acknowledgement is given to the applicant once the delivery is completed. Again, a few screenshots for your reference. There's an application form which the applicant fills out with some very basic details. When they do that, we run the backend process of verification. It's a multi-fold, multi-factor kind of verification that we do directly with the issuing institution. Once the verification is 100% successful, the applicant is given the link basically of this destination selector. It's very similar to the page we saw earlier, where they can make a selection of the destinations where they wish to send their credentials. They can fulfill proportionate payment. And once the payment is done, the request is processed and the credentials are delivered to destinations. Now coming to the receivers, right? So many receivers in our network, they subscribe to our receiver portal. So this is the portal where they log into to view all the pending or to view all the incoming transcripts that they have received of applicants that have been sent via Truecopy. So it looks something like this. It will be like a list of the documents that will be displayed here with the status of pending initially. And then when they click on a particular document, they can basically view the document, they can download it, they can view it. And if the document meets their requirements and is up to the mark, they can go ahead and accept it. And if not, they can go ahead and reject it. They can put in comments for rejection so that those can be communicated back to the applicant and so on. The benefit of the receiver portal is that the documents are available in a secure manner. Only the approver or the authorized person at the receiver's end who has the login credentials can log in and download these documents. They all remain in one place and audit trails and logs are maintained as well. We also work with many partners for delivery of official documents. So in case if the document is being delivered via a partner, then it is delivered in the partner's system that is used by the receiver. Again, once the delivery is completed, like the first option, acknowledgement email is received by the applicants as well. These are the typical credential requests that come in. These are basically requests to send undergraduate transcripts, statements of marks, certificates to the destinations, the graduate transcripts, statement of marks, certificates, high school transcripts from various boards in the country, CBSE, ICSE, various state boards, and all credentials are delivered as PDF in a secure manner. Now, how to sign up? So if you would like to sign up as a receiver in our network, all you need to do is email us at support@truecopy.in. We will set the receiver portal up for you. We will add to the destination selector so that applicants to select the particular evaluation agency or the university where they wish to send the transcripts. We will help socialize this association on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We are happy to do joint, posts so that there is awareness among the applicants about this association. Universities and evaluators add Truecopy to their website so that when applicants visit the website to look for application instructions, they are aware of having Truecopy as an option to send their official copies of their transcripts. You're also welcome to sign up as a sender in our network. We are expanding our senders network, not just within India, but also internationally. And if your high school or your college has students that are applying to North America and Europe, you can certainly benefit by signing up with our senders network as well. All right. Now, in addition to the academic credentials part of it, where we talked about a sender network, a receiver network, and how the credentials are sent, I would like to spend a minute talking about digitally signed credentials. So Truecopy specializes in the area of digital signature solutions, which is PKI-based cryptography algorithms. And we specialize in the area of securing digital documents using digital signatures. So if you're an evaluation agency that is sending reports to receiving universities, you could consider digitally signing those reports in order to issue tamper-proof credentials. You can integrate the TrueSigner API into your MIS or your systems that is generating these reports and automate the signing so as to secure the document, secure the PDF before sending it across. We'll ensure faster delivery to recipients, and the digital signatures are compliant with global standards. So if you look at EIDAS, or you can look at the eSign Act, the digital signatures are compatible with them all, and these are globally accepted. And you could consider securing the reports and credentials you send to your receivers using the Truecopy's signing solution as well. Lastly, why would you want to work with Truecopy? You will get 100% verified credentials. We lay great emphasis on the verification process. We assure you of secure delivery, fast processing and prompt support for the applicants, competitive pricing, highly competitive pricing, I may add. And we are growing our network of senders and receivers. And therefore, this could be like a single stop where a student or an applicant would be able to request their transcript to be sent to multiple destinations in one go. With a single click, they would be able to do that. We've received wonderful feedback from all our students that have utilized the Truecopy service. I put up some of these where they talk about the good experience they've had with Truecopy. I think where we add value is it saves them a whole bunch of time. It is a lot cheaper than it would cost them to send traditional paper copies based transcripts to destinations. They get support all the way, right from the time even from before they apply, they have queries about how to go about the process. So right from that time till the time their order is processed, delivered, we help them communicate the status of their transcript, even with the evaluation agency, for example. So they get support all along. That is something that they really value. We've helped tons of students who, 2 days before the deadline, they sort of wanted, their transcripts to be sent, and they were in hyper panic mode and wanted to make sure it got there in time. And we've been able to help them as well. So that's a little bit of the student feedback for you. Now, I think we can stop here for questions, since we've utilized
perfect
20
timing.
minutes for the presentation. Thank you.
Very well done. Now, we do have quite a few
so-
questions. People are very excited.
Sure. So one question we've received is how you compare paper transcripts to electronic transcript cost-wise. So it's a lot cheaper to go in for the electronic option because, purely from a cost standpoint as well, because it's a lot cheaper to send electronic via Truecopy versus sending the transcript via a courier service, for example. Also, not just cost, one has to also look at the cost of the time involved in procuring the transcript. So if you're going in for a paper transcript, there's a whole bunch of time that is taken to sort of get the paper transcript issued and then have that couriered to the destination. So in a nutshell, electronic transcript is a faster, better, and a cheaper alternative when compared with paper. The next question I have is, there is no fee to be a receiver. That's a great question. You can get access to a receiver portal for no cost at all. In our scheme of things, there is no cost to the receiver. There is no cost to the sending institution. It is the applicant who pays per use. So if they conduct 3 transactions, they pay for 3 transactions, and so on. Next question is, what is the typical time span for end-to-end process? So if you're looking at a request that has come in through TrueSigner credential, the application gets approved by a competent authority in the issuing institution. Once that approval is done and the applicant has made the selection of the destination universities or evaluation agencies, it takes 2 working days maximum. We say 2 working days, it's usually in a few hours, but we commit to 2 working days to have it delivered to the destination. In case if it's a request that has come in through electronictranscripts.com, in which case we do our verification process directly with the institution that is not in our sending network. In that case, it takes slightly longer for the verification process to complete, and it varies wildly from university to university. But once that process is done, again, from our end, the process to deliver the documents is, again, it takes about 2 working days to get that done. So another question here is, I'm loving all these questions. So what is your process for vetting the authenticity accreditation or official recognition of the universities in the sender network, right? So we look to, when it comes to universities, we make sure that these are recognized by UGC in India, that they do not appear in any of the fake universities list. They are accredited and verified universities and listed by UGC. So that's definitely a given. We do not process any document that cannot be verified. Either the source cannot be verified, or if the document itself cannot be verified, we do not undertake those transactions. We do not take up those requests at all. Okay. All right, there's a slightly long question here. Our office once received a Truecopy issued document via parchment, and why would the Truecopy service utilize a separate North American-based transcript service, and so on? So, like I said, we have direct receivers, and we also work via partner networks. So this enables a greater reach. It becomes easier for applicants in Truecopy to select destinations. They have a wider choice, and they can have access to sending electronic transcripts, not just to our receiver network, but also to our, via our partner to their receiver network as well. What levels of study can you verify? So yes, we can verify high school diplomas and mark sheets. So that's like grade 10th and 12th. Here, then undergraduate degrees and transcripts, and graduate degrees and transcripts as well. The follow-up question is, where do the documents come from? Are they from the student or loaded by the institution? So the documents that we process, we never process taking something from the student and sending it off. It is either loaded by the institution, or it is a verified copy of the original that is sent directly by the institution to Truecopy. There is another follow-up question here. Do you get mark sheets, transcripts from affiliated colleges as well as UGC universities? The answer to that is yes, we do get that, because many times in many large size universities in India, the process for obtaining the transcript directly from the issuing university is very time consuming. It could take anywhere from 60 days to 120 days. And if the applicant doesn't have that long to complete the process, then they request their college, it could be an autonomous college or an affiliated college, to verify their mark sheets. So it's the affiliated college that would do a check against their own records that they have received from the issuing university. So all affiliated colleges, they receive the transcripts details or the data of all of their students from the issuing university, as a data dump, either as a CSV or a database. So the affiliated colleges are able to verify the mark sheets or transcripts, and they are able to attest those and certify those as authentic. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. I think this is the last question that we can take. Are you verifying documents or receiving them directly from the institutions? So we are doing both. We receive them directly from the institutions using TrueSigner credentials. They are, in fact, users of the system that either upload the official copy of the transcripts of their students, or we have an API-based integration with their systems in order to pull the appropriate record from their database and have that certified as official, and then send it further for processing, for delivery to the destination.
We do have just a couple of quick questions left for this last minute or so.
Okay, I can see one here. So do we have to send multiple copies from multiple destinations? The answer is no. Once the golden copy or the verified true copy of the credential is available in the system, thereafter, the applicant only needs to put in requests, basically select the destinations where they would like that copy to be delivered. So that golden copy will be then delivered to the destination thereafter.
Awesome. And I think our last question was just whether or not, how far back you could obtain documents.
Right. So again, that really depends from institution to institution. So we have institutions in our network that maintain records since the beginning of the 1900s. So they are able to even issue copies if somebody wanted that. Yeah, I mean, we had processed a transcript request from a gentleman who at that time was 82 years old, and he wanted a copy of his transcript just for his reference. So it could go, a century back, or it could be like last 10 years or 15 years, and so on. Lots of things also change at the issuing universities. Like maybe they were not a university 15 years back. They were an engineering college, and then they applied for and they were approved by UGC to become a university. Then they have like these separate databases, right? So it's it really has to be taken on a case-by-case basis, depending on what is the issuing institution.
Well, wonderful.
But we certainly do our best to help the applicants, work closely with institutions to get the verification done.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that great information and for that great presentation. It was delightful. I hope that more and more people are excited to use your service now. I know we've been very pleased with it. So thank you. We are going to take a short break before we come back for our third session of the day. There has been a change in our lineup for today. So hopefully everyone will stick around. I'm going to put I'm going to put a link in the chat for the registration and sign up for session proposals for the 2021 annual conference, since that is open. But please join us again in a few minutes for a new version of, well, here, I'll let Emily, I'll just stop rambling.
Hi, everyone. So Parchment sends their sincere regards. They're having internet connectivity issues. So they're actually canceling their session, which is scheduled next. But because we now have that time slot open, we've invited Worldwide Transcripts back because we feel just awful about the complications that we experienced earlier. So they will be returning in